Nice. She'll be here in a little while. We're bringing her home today. So this should be fun. Guys, are you seeing what I'm seeing? The market went down, but our stocks that continuously being bought on dips are still being bought on dips. Carvana, Path, right? Affirm, UPST, UPST new highs, Path new highs. By the way, Beyond Meat, remember I told you there was some weird buying going on the stock? Look for it to explode any day. Huh? Remember the 750 calls that I was talking about? Huh? Maybe? Is it still a good buy now? No. It was $7. Now it's at $9. You're a seller here. And you have stops on them at, 9 and 850 if you happen to be in any of it. But, even my subtle calls are genius calls right now. But the stim still in it, still got the path, got the stim. STIM, just waiting for volume to come back. Hello. Path new highs. If you didn't buy the dip, it's still not too late. Why not? Stock looks like it wants to go to 30. You were loving it at 25. It pulled back to 23.50 where we originally had it on Friday. That's why you don't hold overnights over the weekend. That's why you don't buy options over the weekend. So you came in this morning and hey, there's that stock that I wish I had bought at 23.50. Hey, look, it's at 23.50 again. And the low of the day is 23.19. Do something about it. Buy it. Oh, but the market's going down. I don't know. Doesn't matter what the market's doing. It's about what the stock is doing. Oh, but Kenny, I was scared. Are you? Scared money makes no money. And if you were scared, get into it anyway and just put stops on. And then there's nothing to be afraid of. Right? It's one trade out of the next 60,000 that you're going to do. And they're always the same exact trade. It's the same trade. It's the same day over and over again. By the way, you see what Path just did? Failed to go green on that move, but you broke a new level. So you could raise your stops now if you want to get out of some. I don't mind. Now you could raise your stop to the 50, the 33, and the 13 if you want to stay with 3 stops. Because when you're up money, right, you don't let it become a bad trade now, do you? You don't walk away from the desk. By the way, I got to read this email to you again. I read the email again. She even wrote, I did really well on this trade, but I didn't sell because I left to go to the store. I was like, so you didn't do well on the trade. See, that is the most diluted comment I've ever seen. I did well on this trade, but I didn't get out. And the options expired worthless because I went to the store. So you didn't do well is what you're saying. And you shouldn't have had the trade on in the first place because you were trading unauthorized in my account. You didn't do well. Oh, I usually do well in this Coinbase. I had a gut instinct. Oh, now we trade on gut instincts. Wow. I mean, the email is just awesome. Admits by proxy how delusional she is, yet makes no apology and wants to point blame. It's just fucking awesome. The delusion, it's going to go, I mean, it's like 3 chapters of my book now. It's incredible. And then goes on again to say, well, I am still up 43,000 in my paper trading account. I'm like, oh, good. Reiterate how well you're doing in the paper trading account. I forgot to read the email to you guys. It is just comedy at its best. You should still be in the path, people. See how it pulled back and stopped us out, but we had the stop at the VWAP. So now let's say you still have 300 shares left. Yeah, maybe you want to scatter them. You want to use half, 33 and 14. Staring you right in the face. Yeah. I mean, the condescending, narcissistic, sociopathic nature of this email, it's awesome. It's awesomely depressing because I was a victim to this person. I can't believe it, that I allowed myself to be a victim to another freaking loser fazoon. Actually, you don't even qualify as a fazoon. You didn't even make it. You didn't make it to the end of the day. Yeah, you're the best. She didn't even make it to the end of the day. Her career was over in an hour and a half. I mean, the legend is just phenomenal. It's like when I write the book and I tell all the stories of the fazoons and all the mistakes they made, this will be one chapter all to. And then we had the queen of the fazoons, the most delusional, disturbed, sociopathic trader I've ever met in my life. By the way, please don't try to top this person. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I occasionally allow people to try to trade with me with my account and my money, as long as they just do what I tell them to do. And nobody ever does. Everybody just loses their mind once the account goes live. And the stuff that they do in there is just, I'm just still bewildered. But anyway, should still be in the path, people. We're 18 cents away from going green. Somebody's buying some stim here, just waiting for it to pop. But you should still be in the path. You know, stops are still half, 33.15. And, you know, if you're in the options, let's show you the options. It'd be the 23.50s or the 24s. And why do we trade in the money options, kids? Because they trade like the stock. Yes, good answer. So if you're in the 24s, right? I'd rather be in the 23.50s, but if you're in the 24s, it's trading with, you know, he trades with the stock. So now you're at $1.20 from an entry of 50 cents. You've sold some at 80 and, you know, you sold some at 75. And now your stops would be the 92 and the 76. Yeah, Joe Lab, you can. No, you could. When are you coming over, man? I running out of room here. I had a whole basement I could have let you get. I could have, now my mother-in-law's down there. Could have crashed at my crib, man. Now you have to stay at the Red Robin Inn, or the Red Roof Inn down the road. Path, new highs, people. This is why you don't sell your whole entire position at one price. Yeah, that's right. Come on. Uh-oh, there's that Marvell. Ooh, there's the UPST. Notice how it's the same stocks and it's a different day? I wonder why. Because it's the same stock. It's the same day. It's the same thing every single day. It's the same day over and over again. It's the same stocks, in fact, today. Except for the Qs going down, nothing's different than today than any other day. But the most important aspect of today is that even though your Dow's down, your SPYs are down, and your Qs are down, we're only long today. Carvana long, Path long, Beyond Meat, I don't know if you caught that one, right? Alt long, ALT long, Stim long, Path long, Carvana long, right? UPST, Affirm, and it's the same day, and it's the same stocks. And what have you learned? Don't sell your entire position at one price. Don't pay any attention to what the market's doing. If your stock is bucking the trend, you stay with the stock. And all of our stocks are they're increasing in their strength as the market's getting weak. So that's good. That's even better. When your stock's doing the opposite of what the market is doing, it's telling you right away, hey, we're extra strong. We're so strong that we can ignore the weakness of the market. That doesn't mean the stock's not eventually going to go down today, but that's why you don't sell your entire position at one price, right? That's why you don't sell. Like I got stopped out of here. I had a stop at 23.33, got stopped out. The next stop was the 24.11. Never went down there. Still in it. And the last lots are paying you a little bit more. Here comes the stim. I'm looking for like at least 250,000 shares to come into this thing. It popped to 375. Here's STIM for you guys, by the way. We're about to get over the multi-day, just consolidating. Usually when the pumps get dumped that quickly, there usually is another pump. That's why I'm sitting in this stock. But more importantly, don't blow the path trade. It hasn't even gone green yet. So that's why I'm still liking it. Obviously, we did really well with it last week. And this is even a better trade now because we got the price we wanted. Sold into the move. Can't take the money away from us now. Got 3 stops on it. That Beyond Meat is just fucking actually. I'm now. If I wasn't convinced we're in the Matrix now, I've been talking about Beyond Meat subtly for the last 3 or 4 days, not including the weekend. I just saw some weird buying going on and some option volatility, and next thing you know, the stock's up 30%. There are things out there you know what to look for. Once you know what to look for, idea generation is the easiest thing in the world. Because we came in today with the same exact ideas as we had last week, and they're all great. And now the day is over. We've won. Whether we get stopped out of path or, whatever's going on with the rest of your positions, it doesn't matter now. You're already locked in. Stim pops to 250. That's icing on the cake at this point. Path goes past 25. That's icing on the cake. We're still in the same trades from the original trades. I mean, path is still the same trade. If you're in the Carvana, it's still the same trade. And if you don't think we're in the Matrix, I was just saying last week how Carvana has been dead and it's turning into a shitty stock again. Wham! It goes crazy the next day. Beyond Meat, too. And by the way, just got stopped out of some of that path. See, I shouldn't have said anything, you bastard. But that's all right. We're getting stopped out on the way down of a good position. Why there? 62. That's where it broke out from. Right now, next stops are 33 and 19. And that's it. Just hanging in there, waiting. Down to 200 shares, actually 100 shares of path. Even on 100 shares, you put stops at 50 share increments. Oh no. What the hell's going on? Here comes the stim. He got some size. I don't like the size on the bid. I'd rather see size on the offer getting gobbled up. But stim coming over the multi-day. It's moving a penny at a time. Yeah. Hey, look. Didn't go down. All right. I accidentally sold the path anyway. So now it's probably really going to rip. Great. All right. Full disclosure. I'm out. Path. I thought I still had those whistles and bells. All right. I accidentally sold the rest of it, so that's good for you guys. But market definitely, surprisingly weak. But then again, I mean, we saw some writing on the wall that the market was running out of steam, So today we got some follow through to the downside. And if UVXY rolls over, the market will be bought again. But Newton was talking about, shorten silver, shorten the market. Here we are. I'm freaking hungry. So also, if you guys have been sticking with my betting service, JMU, we had basketball. and obviously Atlanta Falcons. Little side bet on the Philadelphia. I mean the 49ers. Just I think Philadelphia is probably the most overrated. Any team that lost to the Jets, you're not any good. I don't care. You've been tainted. If you're a Philly fan, you can't really take your team serious. You lost to the Jets. You lost to the Jets. All right. We need 3 more cents in stim, and maybe this thing could get a little. This is long-term investing for me on stim right here. Been in it since basically right at the open. Just waiting to see some volume come back, but I think it's just waiting for me to sell some of it, and then I'll go to like $5. It's just waiting for me to do something, I'm sure. But market exceedingly weak. This is exciting. Well, not as exciting if I was actually short the Qs, but if you are short the Qs, look, normally there's a dip being bought on Mondays, but UVXY told us otherwise. So that's, again, commentary, and what you think's going to happen is irrelevant. Market usually gets bought on a dip if it opens weak on Mondays, especially in a bullish environment, right? But UVXY was telling us otherwise. So what do? We listen to the market. And again, speaking of market, our boy Mark Newton on Thursday was talking about some weakness coming in today. Fucking guy nails it again. He's telling us to short gold, short silver, and buy volatility and short the market. Dude was on point again. Again. By the way, the Qs are down 6 points now. It's kind of hurting my feelings. If you don't know, I got my ass kicked about 2 weeks ago, shorting the Qs. They're below where I covered now. It's hurtful. I'm offended. Ew. None of this offensive as looking at this mud I'm drinking right here. My God. And by the way, I did short some UVXY. I short any pop. So I'm not covering it. I'm actually starting a position. Hey, there you go. Somebody's stim. Come on. I need 20 more cents. Make it worth our while here. If they go back to 360, 341, I still think we are. Again, I'm bearish the market. I'm just not short the Qs right now, and kind of hurts. I still think we close under 387.50. We might not get down to 360, 350, but certainly if we break the QQQ breaks highs of the year, I'm going to borrow money to buy them. I'm going to go nuts. If the market breaks new highs in the next, like if we pull back enough, and let's see where the Qs can go. So usually 5 days sell-offs, 5 days worth of VWAP, right? We're below the 1, obviously. Here's the 2. We've been consolidating 3, 4. This is the first real true bearish day because we're now below multiple time frames because the market's been just churning. So now we're down 15 days worth of VWAP. Here's 20 days worth of VWAP. That's where we're probably headed. So, but if you're short the Qs right now, You stay short, you just watch the UVXY. UVXY under 10, $10.12. You'll start seeing some buying in the market. But you just milk this trade like anything else. This is a 5-minute chart. So you just broke down from, let's call it 384. So you use 384, and the last level where you broke down from is the 384.65. So you say, wow, I can't believe I'm making money shorting the market. Neither can I. But you are, Blanche. So you put stops on, and maybe there's a rally. If UVXY starts to tank and the market starts to rally, we get long. But right now, just got stopped out of path, right? Not a bad stop. Maybe you got stopped out of Carvana. Probably if you're using 40, you're gonna get stopped out. Firm was great, path was great. If it can make 23, I don't know. I've been sitting in stim for long enough. I'm waiting to try to make at least 25 cents on this trade. Still sitting here doing nothing. Still in it. And if you got path and you just used multiple stops, you still might be in this name. Yeah. 24.34. Last of your Mohegans of your stops right there. By the way, Rambus down 4. Yeah. That one I'm going to buy on the dip. Not today, but if it gets down to that 60 again, sold some because once it got up 20 points, I had to sell something. So I don't mind buying it back if I get a chance. Palantir also. But there was some article about AI predicting the price of Palantir, and they only predicted it maybe to have a 3.5, 4-point move all of next year. That's probably why it's selling off. But here's the best part about today. It's over. Majority of what we were going to do is over. I screwed up by not shorting the Qs because my brain didn't want to accept the fact that we're actually going to go down. But Path was pretty sweet. Affirm was pretty sweet. Carvana was pretty sweet. We're just here to get paid. You trading SSNT, did you say? No, wait. What was that other one? Yeah, there it is. Just came out of the halt again. Was it the one that we were just watching coming out of the halt? Yeah, you want to ruin your day? Yeah, stocks like that. But here, look. You probably just got blown out of it, right? Oh, dip and rip. Blows you out of it. Next thing you know, it's another buy. They'll drive you nuts. But if you bought that first dip on the VWAP break, at least you're doing it right. Now up here, it's any guess what's going to happen. But one thing's for sure, it just double bottomed there. So that's a stop. Your VWAP's at 914, kind of where it broke out from. That's got to be another stop. By the way, my friend on YouTube, if you're watching, he said I'd get a lot more viewers if well, you're right about not having to look at my face. But the idea of these YouTube videos is if you're clicking on the YouTube video, why not just click in my chat room? The guy that keeps saying he wants to see my charts. That's the whole thing. I'm here. You only see my face on YouTube. The next logical progression of events of your life should be, I will then go to the website to see the charts. I believe that is a good idea. I agree. It's free, by the way. So come and hang out while the holiday season is raging. Everybody's involved. Everybody's in. Is everybody in? The show's about to begin. By the way, ALT turned out to be not a bad trade. So, I mean, there's so much going on, and none of it has to do with buying the Qs. But if you are short the Qs, I'm extremely proud of you. Get my revenge. There's the 6 points basically that I lost. There it is. It was inevitable. It was inevitable that it was going to go down and rub it in my face for shorting it too early. It's usually typically what happens. All right. Let me get a cup of coffee, see what's up. I don't know. Let's buy some more stim. Let's go. Let's fucking move this thing so I could just move on from this trade. It's like an hour. An hour to trade. It's long-term investing, baby. Anybody got time for that? I'm going to put offers out at 43 and 50. So when it spikes up, when I get up from the desk, I'll sell some. So never get up from the desk without putting orders out. By the way, I don't know if you guys read the email. I got to read the email. I read it again. So I'm trying to get to the point where it's funny other than depressing and sad. It's still kind of depressing and sad, but I did get a few laughs out of it. Me and my illegitimate son were laughing about it. If Matrix was here, he would laugh too. What? I love listening to your pissant soldiers trying to talk tough. They make me laugh. If Matrix was here, he'd laugh too. My soldiers are patriots. Your soldiers are nothing. Matrix and I could take him out in the blink of an eye. Don't you forget that. Are you trying to frighten me, Mr. Matrix? Don't need to try. When Matrix comes back, he'll be coming for you. Exactly. Yeah, I've seen that movie way too many times. Oh my God, the Qs. Are you out of your freaking mind? God damn it. See, this is embarrassing that I'm not even short. I stink. 4 points. See, I sit here watching them go down, but oh man, I sat there like a patient bastard getting my ass kicked 2 weeks ago, watching them rip up in my face. By the way, you should still be short the market, because the UVXY is still at highs. Be still, my heart. Wait, let me get up. Stim's about to rip. Wait, I'm going to get up now so it'll rip to 250 when I go outside the room. I'm a loser. I'm a loser. Yeah, I don't know. You know what it is? I got my ass kicked so badly. I went to go short the Qs and I freaking got a little scared. I'll admit it. I wanted to see how it panned out. Oh man, I'm emotionally scarred. But that didn't prevent me from trading path like a champ, right? Come on. That's my day's pay right there. Stim goes to 250 or whatever. That'd just be icing on the cake now. I'm just embarrassed that I didn't short the Qs. What's the matter with me? What's the matter? But by the way, I did short UVXY already, and I don't care. I want it to go higher so I can short more, so I could do more cocaine, so I could work longer, so I can do more cocaine, so I could work longer, so I can afford more cocaine. Remember that commercial? That commercial used to scare me. I'm like, what's cocaine? Do I want to try that? We're not candy. You need us. I watched it from learning. I learned it from watching you, Dad. The other day, my son and I and my other friend and his son were all smoking weed. And I turned to my friend, I'm like, are we bad dads right now? And he's like, I waited my whole life to smoke a joint with my son. I'm like, yeah, me too. Like, we're the best dads. We're the best dads ever. Not according to my wife. I'm the best dad according to all my son's friends. Man, they couldn't believe it. Oh shit, Mr. Glick, fucking rolling blunts. They're all in college. They're almost graduating college at this point. Oh, speaking of that, what did I get? Oh, if you haven't tried these and if you can find them, microdosing chocolate mushrooms. I love it. You take two of these and you're just feeling good. You're feeling lovely. Just takes it really, like when they say it takes the edge off. Could have been the 4 or 5 reposados and that blunt, but you put in those chocolate mushrooms, brings it all home. And that was my Saturday night. What'd you guys do? We actually took my pickup truck into Manhattan. We found the spot. We couldn't believe we found the spot, and then we realized we were a mile away from where we needed to be. We just fucking hoofed it. Oh, that walk back was freaking nuts. Like, what were we thinking? It's not too easy to park a pickup truck in Manhattan. It's not too easy to find parking in general on the streets. So we're like, oh, a spot. Like, 0.8 miles away. All right, we could do that. Meanwhile, but my friend's band was awesome. It was nice to see some of my high school buddies. They're still freaking doing out there playing. And I aged a lot worse than these two guys. Man, my two friends looked like they were still in college. Looking good. One guy we call the Wizard. The Wizard on the bass. I got to take you out. 2-Shot. We'll go see them next time they're around. They played this place called the Delancey. Yeah. It's pretty fun. Hey, if you're free, maybe you want to meet up on Stone Street and go and hang out with these CMT nerds, all these certified market technicians. I'll see if I can, if it's an open invite, going to Stone Street, Manhattan. Can't sit to those Jets games anymore. Yeah, I mean, how can you? All football except for the San Fran game. It's nice to watch actually a real team play football. But man, that Green Bay Kansas City game, ugh. I mean, the refs suck. I mean, that Jets game was possibly. I remember there was a 6-3 Cleveland game about 10 years ago. That was the worst game of football I think I've ever witnessed. But man, we're coming up. We got some runner-ups this year. That San Diego game, ooh, that was a banger. These are the worst This is the worst football I've ever seen. And you're going to tell me that if Rodgers was the quarterback, it'd be much different? I don't think it'd be much different. He'd be getting his fucking head caved in every game. What a garbage team. Sorry for Detroit fan. They stink too. Philly stinks also. There are no good teams. Philly, you stink. You lost to the Jets. Detroit stinks. Goff's no good. And if I'm elected president, I will make pass interference great again on Hail Marys. Because if there's going to be rules to the sport, right? The rule is you can't tackle somebody before the ball gets there. But for some reason, during the Hail Mary, you could stab a guy in the back, set him on fire, and they'll never call a penalty. It doesn't matter. Oh man, it's so awful. What's a catch? What's a tackle? It's just awful. It really is awful. But yeah, you saying to buy the cues? I was just about to take a little moment there, because now that I haven't shorted them, there probably will be some short covering. Yeah, if you're long already, it ain't a bad entry because you got the limited risk. You know, you're still in the downtrend. These last two spikes haven't really done anything to the upside. But down 7, especially in this market. But how about JMU basketball? They won by 70. Like, when you're up by 50, do you just throw in the cheerleaders, let them play? I mean, what? That's crazy. Yeah. So wait a minute. So FSU lost. Who are the top 4 teams then? Washington made it instead? I didn't even look. Michigan's number 1, Georgia's number 2, Washington, and who else? No. Alabama? Oh, man. Oh, Texas. How'd they sneak in? So Georgia's not in the top 4 because they lost the 1 game? Get the hell out of here. Ohio State could beat anyone. Ohio State's better than Alabama. Uh-oh, Mormons. Hello.
Hi,
Welcome.
thank you.
I don't know if my wife's home, but I need to welcome to the party.
Okay.
That's our dog, Brody. All right, hang on, kids. I gotta tend to life here. I'll be back.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Come in, Brody.
You look very friendly, Miss Birdie.
Yeah, he's overly friendly.
I have my car in front. I leave my car in the driveway.
Yeah, you can leave it there for now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, stuffy. My wife should be here soon. I don't know where she went. Maybe to the store.
Oh, your mom isn't here as yet.
No, you're the first one. You're the first to arrive to the party.
Oh.
Yeah. They're gonna get you have to go on too.
Oh, around TV,
Yeah.
she's gonna show me.
Yeah. But I do a live radio show from my room, so I hardly ever come out.
Oh, okay. Hey, doggy. You look very friendly. Not look, he is.
Where are you? Oh.
Agatha.
Okay. All right. Bye. All right. Yeah, she'll be back. She just went to bed. I'll show you downstairs, and yeah. So this is the main floor. And everything's gonna be downstairs. We just rebuilt everything for you. Yeah. I get everything for you. Yeah. Come on down. I'll show you around.
That's nice. You'll be running behind her store. Oh, it's cute. Yeah. It's heavy.
Yo. So that's my new live-in. We've got a live-in nanny for my mother-in-law who just is moving in with us today. So that's what's going on in my life. I've already started shorting UVXY. Yeah, so my life now, the man cave is Lou's cave. We turned the ping pong room into a bedroom. And yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I can't believe we're having a Monday crash. I mean, not really a crash, but the cues are kind of, this is getting serious. I mean, it is serious. Damn. Why couldn't I be short this? See, I came in, it was like 2 weeks ago, and then we had that big gap Monday. That's when I got hammered. Sucks. But how about that silver short, huh? I mean, think about how right Mark was about everything. Buy volatility, short gold and silver, and short the S&Ps. Man, pretty crazy. That was our guest. If you guys don't know, Mark Newton, CNBC's own Mark Newton. CNBC and Fox Business fund strat guy. He gave us 8 reasons to look to sell. He was actually buying VIX calls. But it's only temporary. UVXY. I hope it goes to 11. I'll short the crap out of it. I started selling March $40 calls the other day, 35 cents and 40. Yeah, pretty spot on. Of course, I was 2 weeks early on my short. Hey, you know what? I could have shorted them today, made all that money back. Just chose not to. But the more we go down, the better. See, I thought we were going to get a sell-off 2 weeks ago, and that would have been bought, and then we'd rally into the end of the year anyway. So I was just a little bit early. This is probably that sell-off, so it's probably going to get bought. Maybe not today with UVXY being up so much, but who cares? Days in hand. We're in the driver's seat. Oh, damn. Oh, man. Did you sell the rest of that Carvana? Shit. That was probably a decent short, right? Yeah. A little inverse ass crack right there for a quick 75 cents. That ain't bad. My daughter wants to go to what's the Gators? The Gators, not FSU. The Gators are University of Florida. They stink now. That's good. You don't want to go to a school where the team's doing well, because then they get to charge you more, because college is a racket. You know that, right? You know JMU is going to raise the rates to go to their school now that they have all these good sports teams, because that matters about the education process. That's why college is a racket. And if elected, I will put new parameters around college. I'll make college great again. And if you're also protesting with pro-Palestinians and pro-terrorists, you get excommunicated from not just school, but from the country. So be careful who you're rooting for. We're not going to forget. Because I'm still with George Bush. I don't know if anybody forgets. If you harbor terrorists, if you side with terrorists, we don't negotiate with terrorists. I'm still there. So you're not going to change my attitude about that. But schools are a racket. College is a racket. I paid $880 a semester. It's about right. You pay $80,000 to go to Syracuse for what? What are you getting for 80 grand a year? You're getting debt. That's what you're getting. You're getting exploited. That's what you're getting. Let's bring back the days where college was something special and not everybody went. Oh, you're dating a college boy. That's fancy. Now they've made societies deemed it where you're a loser if you don't go to college. No. We should make it where you're a loser if you do go to college. We need skilled workers. We need people that can do things. And the corporations are complicit, my friends, because if the corporations don't hire you if you don't have a college degree. What the corporations should do, and they are starting to do this, is that they should have internships and paid internships. So hire these kids out of college if they have an idea of what they want to do. Let the corporations be the colleges. These kids, I'd rather see my son go work for nothing at a place that he wants to work 6 months for free, then pay him some measly sum of money for the next 6 months. See if my kid's smart enough to work at your corporation, and then hire him. So a year of working at a real company, and then if you don't get hired, just go somewhere else and do that process again. My kid doesn't need to know, geology. He doesn't need to know the difference between igneous rocks and metamorphic rocks. Fuck that. He's got to pay $380 to go to that class. For what? For what? Let him go to learn what he's about to go learn, what he needs in life. I had to take Japanese and Mexican studies as part of my core curriculum. For what? I need to learn about Japanese dynasties so I can get a trivia question right on Jeopardy? Fuck that. College is a racket. Villanova was a nothing school until they won some base basketball games. The next thing you know, they got people coming, and the next thing you know, they're building new buildings. You don't need new buildings. Just educate my kid for a low price. Stop building. Stop expanding. Stop hiring people you don't need. It's a racket. Something needs to be done. I'll cure every ill this country has, my friends. Vote Glick. I'll show you how to fix the healthcare system. Corruption and prosecution of real crime. I'll close the borders. I'll make trespassing illegal again. And when they ask me, when do you want to make America great again? 1982 shall live forever. 1982 to 2000. The best 18 years this country's ever seen, where technology was fun and exciting, not just hate-filled and awful and manipulative. The internet, this experiment has backfired, my friends. Let's go back to where Sexual Healing was the #1 song in the country. That's right. Tony Basil. When Hall & Oates were still friends. Those were good times. Small metal band from Europe took over the world, where Def Leppard was the #1 band in the nation. By the way, if you shorted Carvana, you're a professional trader, or at least pseudo-professional. Took a while for that to develop, but not a bad trade so far. By the way, the market has not improved, but UVXY is starting to go down. Ass crack in the VWAP. If you're short, where it broke down from is 36 and the VWAP's 52. Bow, 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 bow. See what I did there? 52. Bow, 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 no, nothing. Okay, but I'm looking down. I'm looking at the Qs down 7. Was this a non-catalyst sell-off? Because those are good sell-offs. There's some bullshit news out there floating around. Or it was just time to give back some. Bring 1982 back. That's my slogan. Man, silver is getting smoked. I mean, what a call. I mean, I'm not happy about it. By the way, the whole thing with the gold and silver, every time they look like they're about to bust out, they give back 20%. So what was your #1 song on Spotify from 2020 and 2023? Mine was Kill or Be Killed, which is also the theme of my presidency. By Muse. You guys want to get down? You guys like Muse? If you don't like Muse, get into it. Or them. Look, it's hard at the she realizes me. We can't fight them. They're taking control. If you haven't heard to this, if you haven't got into that last Muse album, just awesome. And then it was all Rainbow Kitten Surprise and Grateful Dead for me. By the way, UVXY shorts still working. I shorted near the highs of the day. Like I said, once I start shorting UVXY, just never get out. I was hoping I was going to be, I was hoping it would go against me so I could short some more of it. It's the easiest short. Anytime it's popping, you know it's going to be dropping at some point. I hope it rips. I hope it rips to $11 so I could short more. I hope it goes to $12.50 so I could short more. Because inevitably it goes back to 9. Make that money. Take that money. And by the way, Path is an inside day. Remember the long-term chart we were looking at on Path? Right? So today's day one of being inside. You know what I'm saying? Remember I said look for an inside day. If it doesn't break down, don't get out. If you're swinging it, if it doesn't break the highs, don't get too enthusiastic. But you got the dip and the rip already inside the candle. That's all you wanted. So the more it stays inside the big candle, when it breaks out of the candle, it's going to be still a buy. If it breaks down, it's going to close the gap. And that's why now Path is one of our go-to names, right on the, again, with the arm and affirm and all that other stuff that we love so much. But you guys have a decent day. I mean, day's over. Just sitting here with the last stim. That's all I got. Stock has not moved. I have 199 stop on it, still in it from the open. Just doing nothing. And again, this is typically, again, when you're in a trade that's not doing anything, you don't do anything, and it sucks that it's just sitting here, but just waiting for something to happen. Thought we were going to get the little 225 out of it already, but the thing spiked out of nowhere. Maybe it spikes out of nowhere again. If not, we're dumping. But if ARM comes down to 57.50, and think about it, as bearish as I am, and I'm always bearish, I'm looking for this dip to be bought. So if a firm comes down, I'd love to see this thing back under 32.50 on a real sell-off. I'd love to see the Qs at 377.50 again. A lot of stocks out there that I like at these prices, just looking for pullbacks. And I think everyone's in the same camp. Most people are looking to either cover shorts on these pullbacks or look to buy something. Nothing's changed. Hey, by the way, the system's sort of working, right? They got rid of George Santos, which is impressive. I thought they were going to let him stay in. It doesn't matter, Like, how hypocritical is it, right? Oh, so he's a corrupt politician? Oh, you're actually going to get rid of him? Oh, but you're all corrupt and awful. What a joke that guy turned out. I mean, what a story for the ages. Talk about lying on your resume. So funny. Don't lie on your resume, kids. Oh, wait, you could be a congressman. The point that we got dangerously close to having Herschel Walker as a senator. That was where I said, I got to get in. I got to get into this game. If this moron could be a senator, like this guy Fetterman, like I still don't know what the hell his story is, but I mean, we almost had a fake doctor, we got a mental patient, and a brain dead ex-football player. These are our senators. Our senators. It's a very limited amount of people that become senators, but we got the dude's in an insane asylum. He's a senator. The other guy's a fake doctor. Well, he didn't win, and then you got freaking Herschel Walker. Yeah. If I actually had a platform to speak, I would become president of this country. Oh, the worst. Oh, the vice president's the worst. I still haven't made my mind up about Biden. Is he a criminal genius or a feeble old man? I don't know. There's no in between. The internet, either he's a criminal mastermind running a cartel family of debauchery and just almost like the Godfather, or he's a feeble old guy that doesn't know where he is. I say feeble old guy who doesn't know where he is. But the internet, man, when you go down that rabbit hole, you ever see the pictures of Biden? He does look like a different guy. I mean, I don't think he's a cyborg, but at this point, it's that chin picture. I was like, and then Obama. When did Obama's wife become a man? Man, that really is all over the internet. It's so fucked up. The internet's so fucked up. But if you search me, there's only one negative comment on the entire internet about me. It's because of this one guy. This one guy. He really doesn't like me. I think he was with Jimmy on that Yex trade. Like if you Google me, I mean, it's amazing how clean my record is, considering I've been doing online commentary since 2007. One of my haters actually died, but this guy on the internet used to just bash every time I would do a video. If anything I said the next day was different, was happening differently, he would try to make it seem like I'm like, that was yesterday, right? And it would never end. It would never end. It just kept. But by the way, if you're going to insult me on the internet, let me read aloud at one of the greatest insults ever. I keep it handy. Oh, wait, where is it? You took it off here? Who erased the devoid Neanderthal? Oh, man. Come on, man. Why is the alert gone? What, you have it? Can you send me a copy? Where is it? I only have alerts till the 18th. Let me just try to find it then. I don't know where it is. I probably erased it myself. I thought I put it on my notes. Ah. But anyway, yeah, I've been in the business longer than most people, with not many things said bad against me. Oh, here it is. Thank you very much. My biographer always comes in handy. So somebody was upset with something I must have done. This is going back a while. So he wrote, "You are an immoderately dejune and inordinately puerile imbecile. Nothing more than a pathetic charlatan and profligate villain. Purporting to be a clairvoyant and possessing peerless business acumen. Why charge money, you parsimonious dolt? Can't you comprehend that you're not funny and your supposed métier," he used this a French word, métier as a trader is incredulously apocryphal and dubious. Vapid fool, be gone. That's good stuff. And then his next email was, "Dear fuckhead, Go fuck yourself, you fucking fucker. And then the next one, he took a picture of my face and drew a big dick next to it, and he wrote, "My dick here." So he really devolved very quickly after those two emails, but I appreciate the thought that went into that one. He must have used a thesaurus, or maybe nowadays you could use, AI. But I'm very sad to say I cannot find the big dick picture because that was hilarious. It was just my face with my mouth open. I must have been saying something, and he drew a big dick. My dick here. It's pretty funny. It's still funny. It's got to be 11 and 12 years old from that. But I miss those emails. Jimmy, if you're out there, I just want to let you know, Jimmy, we told you to sell the X trade. If you're still in it 11 years later, we're not in that trade anymore, Jimmy. I told you to sell it. And by the way, I'm not about stock picks. Most of the stocks I own go to zero. That's why I'm as shocked as you are that Rambus went up 20 points. But I sold some Rambus. Palantir just getting smoked today, but I'm going to buy more Palantir if it gets to 1750. And I own ARM. I sold some of that last week too. I'm looking to buy more of that 5750. But that's it. I own 3 stocks, and that's about it. The other stuff I don't really care about. I think I own 200 shares of Captain. And don't forget about Spliff. I still see that on my wife's account. Makes me laugh every time. We bought a stock called Spliff because I had to. It's a weed stock. They were into mushrooms and weed. I'm like, all right, I'm in. But if you bought the Qs on that last dip, that was the dip. That was your faux show, bro, so far. Right? Take a look. You broke the low the day you came right back, and now you've tested it and tested it. So if you're still long the Qs, at least you've got 2 areas that you could use as stops. Bang and bang. It's tight. But or you just stuck with path and you were just looking for a reason to buy that. How about that for a reason? Triple bottom VWAP holds. How about that? Right? Same day over and over again, just trade the same stocks. Path, 8 cents off a high, 7 cents off of highs. You didn't give up on the path now, did you? Stock's going at 31. Oh, actually, you might have to buy it back. Didn't think I'd be buying anything. What time is it? 11:20. Do I really want to be putting trades on 11:20? I guess, maybe. I don't know. Or, you know what I'm going to do? Let's look at... I kind of like this stock. Do I really want to swing it? No, but maybe I sell some puts on it if they're worth it. Nah, they're not even worth it. 25 days, the 23s are only 50 cents. That ain't worth it. But if you're long the Qs right now, right, you are on the right side of the trade. You just need it to candle out of here. And you're rocking. Path new highs, people. Who's swinging this thing? By the way, it's my new favorite stock, if you don't know. I'm actually hoping it doesn't go up anymore because I want it to stay inside that prior candle for a couple of days, because then the explosion to the upside will be better. So if you're long path, I don't want to root against you, but I'm kind of rooting against you right now. I'd rather see you consolidate the whole day, even tomorrow, then break out, and then the move will be better. But this day is starting to, I can hear the song being played. Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. Right? 12 to 15 opportunities a day. Right? There have been 12 or 15 opportunities today already. You don't want to keep pushing it. Right? Alt, another one from this morning, still in play. Right? This one was from last week. You got a 1 minute multi-day VWAP break on it, headed to $5. He ate the light. Great. Let's drink to our legs. Not with 3 barrels, he can. Best monologue I ever did in my life. Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes into our side, Chief. It's coming back from the island of Tinian Delay. Just delivered the bomb. Hiroshima bomb. We didn't know our bomb mission had been so secret. No distress signal had been sent. Didn't list us to do after do for the last 2 weeks. Hey, man. Who's in the queues? Who's in the queues? There's that candle you needed. There's the trap. It's been set. UVXY starting to head down. Market doesn't stay down all day, right? So now you got that little trap right there. Now you got the candle up. The shorts are on the wrong side. Now they're running, right? Now here come the longs getting encouraged. Woo, baby. You're looking for 384.03. You get over that, that's when you retrace to 384.859. That's right. Thing about a shark, it's got doll's eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. Doesn't appear to be living till he bites you. The idea was we got ourselves in an old kind of thing like the Battle of Waterloo. The idea of the shark coming across you, first man pounding and hollering and screaming. Sometimes that shark go away. Sometimes that shark don't go away. His black eyes rule over white. Yeah, this is the best movie ever made by far. All righty then. What are we waiting for? Anybody still in the path? You know what? I'm going to start buying this. You know what? I might as well buy a little bit. If I'm thinking, you know what? I don't know if I can give a shit about this thing. Pulls back, I'll get involved again. But it's already showing me that I should be back in. It dipped, it ripped, it dipped, it ripped, it dipped, it ripped. If you don't know path, let me show you why I love this stock. This was the only stock I lost money on in May. Out of those 20 stocks that I bought for my hedge fund, coming out of those 3-year charts, this was the only one that didn't follow through. This was the Rivian and the AAOI, the CDLX and the Carvana. And now it's finally followed through. So now I think there's a lot more to go. You're flirting with that 3-year VWAP. That's where you got rejected. So that's why we want to see consolidation, then break. I'm looking for 22.85, possibly a $31.50 stock. So I don't want to go up today because you want to see it consolidate the big gain. If you get it to consolidate inside the big candle, so there's, again, if you don't know what I'm looking at, this is the 1-year chart. You know, you just broke 1-year highs. Here's 2 years. So you're still in the power gap. If the power gap gets consolidated, the next leg up is another big move up, which could get this thing, you know, it's not far-fetched to see it at $39, but I'll take 32. Options are dirt cheap for a stock that looks like it's about to rip 7 points because it's been so dead that the options are still undervalued. I'm ho, of course, undervalued. I'm ho. You know what I'm ho is, right? In my humble opinion or honest opinion, I'm ho. But if you're along the Qs, I think you're on the right track here, Imhotep, another good movie. So right now, you're now gone from the downtrend to the uptrend. The dips, there's the fake out, shakeout, right? Faux in the show. It came right, it stopped the double bottom people out, came right back, tested it again, tested it again. The shorts are on the wrong side now. The longs are having their moment. Now you need it to break out and fucking crush their heads in a vice up to 284.58 and make some money. So if you're long the Qs, there's that mini Kardashian bottom. There's the faux and the show. There's your little breakout. So those levels where it held and pulled back to, those are your stops on the way up. And Pat's going to hit new highs. And considering we've been sitting here for 2 hours, most of your day still should be done. So if you're just getting into path now, I don't mind because it's breaking highs. We love the stock, but you got to be extra cautious. If you're finally just buying the Qs now, just be cautious about what you're doing. Don't get out of it all at one price. Your stops are 383.19, 382.87, and the low of the day. So right now, path new highs are 11 cents away from going green. The buyers are still here. And here's the thing about trading. Oh, I missed it. 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 All right. You missed it 7 times. Why not buy it when you test the VWAP? And then you got a Kardashian double top break at 24.65. Don't wait for me to beg you to buy something. It's setting up. This is the stock we've been trading religiously for the last 24 hours. Do something about it. It came back to the price that you wished you bought it for. Buy it. Define your trade. 24.30 with a 9-cent risk. 24.50 with a 21-cent risk. And if you're not long the Qs now, let's see what happens here. Little just sell program hit. We're about to battle it out. The sellers just met the new buyers, and the buyers just met the new sellers. Who's going to win right here? You feel it? You feel the battle raging right now? Take a look at UVXY, right? UVXY down on the 1020 now, right? Easy money, short UVXY. Anytime it's strong, you'll make something. And if you're ever short on UVXY and it's going against you and you're about to lose money, call 917-521-4827. I'll take your trade. 8CAT it to me. Let's say you're about to lose $300 shorting UVXY. Send me $150. I'm not going to take the full loss. And 8CAT your trade to me out, and you give me the 150. I'll save you half the money you're about to lose by taking your trade. I'll wait it out because you cannot lose money shorting UVXY unless you're freaking panicky and you're trading over your head. You cannot lose money shorting UVXY. It's virtually impossible over any extended period of time. That's why you don't go all in. You start small, goes against you, you add a little bit. Goes against you, you add a little bit. Because inevitably it goes down. Always goes down. Always goes down. It's the opposite of my wife. What? So are you ready to just strap in? Is everybody, what now you start saying, what time green, right? The Bears had their way. They had 2 hours. You just made it through the bear market of 2023. It lasted 2 hours today. Congratulations. Because right now you got to be thinking to yourself, all right, that was it. Now we're going to go up all day. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's what generally keeps happening, right? So I don't think it's going to happen today. Because we hit that high water mark a couple of days ago, and it's been struggling ever since. But that doesn't mean you can't buy the Qs. Now you sell some as it approaches that 384. Now you take the stop off the bottom. You don't let it go down all the way there, right? Oops, I erased them all, but let me show you your new stops. Now that you're making money on a long trade, Now the ass cracks is one of your stops. And if you want to really tighten it up, use that little spike down candle just now. That's as tight as you could possibly want to be on a $300 stock. And now you long the cues, right? So now you're looking, you don't get all about VWAP, never sell your entire position at one price, right? So now you're looking for it to retrace back to kind of where it broke down from, which is now right around the VWAP. And that's what you're waiting for. So now it's basically you sell at 383.64, 383.33, or 384.56. And you don't do anything other than those two things. And then you just sit and wait, like we've been sitting and waiting in STEM 2 hours, man. Seriously. I mean, I bought this right at the open. I'm thinking, all right, just to go pop 30 cents. It's still sitting here. It's funny. I usually don't have this much patience, but you know what? It spiked to $4 in the pre-market. I'm just sitting here waiting to see if the buyers come back. Might as well wait. It hasn't gone down yet. Electric stim. Anybody ever try that? I love it. You hook the electrodes up to your body. Start shocking yourself. It feels good. I was doing that for my shoulder and my lower back. You know what? Actually, I'm finally doing, Viper. I'm finally using my damn roller. That thing actually does work. It's like you're giving yourself, like it's like a self massager. It actually is. I feel a little better. I've been doing it every day. Yeah, the roller. Yeah, it's good. So what are we going to do all day? I don't know. What do you want to do for the rest of the day? See, this is where you get yourselves in trouble, right? You keep vapid fool, right? Yeah, hold on a second. Why, you want to just copy it? You want to use it as a it's going to be one of my I'm going to use it in my campaign speech. Because if you're going to insult me, you better do it right. You better come correct like this guy did. Let me get you a copy of it. Hold on. Vapid fool. I thought it was longer than that. I guess I'm getting desensitized. Vapid fool be gone is phenomenal. The funny thing is, I had to look up most of these words. I didn't know what profligate was. I didn't know what parsimonious meant, or incredulous. I didn't know most of those words. I got an 880 on my SAT, so I don't know words. By the way, I cheated on my SAT. I got an 880, and next thing you know, I got an 1180 because I sat next to a smart kid. They were supposed to alter the. I noticed he had the same exact test as me, so I was just like, okay. They were supposed to alternate tests, so nobody next to you had the same test. You intellectually devoid me. Yeah. And there was a French word in there too. I had to look it up. What was it called? Not parsimonious, meteor. Can't you comprehend you're not funny and your supposed métier, METIER, as a trader is incredulously apocryphal and dubious? Dubious is a good word. He likes that word. Dubious. I like that word. What movie is that from when he says that? I'll give you one hint. There was a pill involved and they wanted more pills. And you start taking the pill. He got his vocabulary. There's so many words I did not know. Not Fear and Loathing, but close. Limitless. Limitless. When he's taking the drug that opened up his mind, and then the bad guy got some of them, and he was taking them, and next thing you know, he's like using all kind of big words. Dubious was one of his. By the way, if you're still trading alt, look at you. You got another eighth of a point over 5. Impressive. But right now, it's about the cues long and understanding why they became a long, right? And why you should be selling some at 384. Because you always do things at holes and halves and halves and holes, right? So now that you're making money on the cues long, what are you supposed to do? Raise one of your stops, maybe, again, 380, 360. That's tight for a $383 stock. But if you're willing to just call it a day, you're looking for another 50 cents to the upside minimum, right? And then you broke down from 385.14. So now you got to say to yourself, all right, don't get out of your entire position at one price. You're looking for another 50 cents to the upside. So give yourself another 50 cents to the downside and just hang with it. There's no reason to get out of the whole thing yet, unless you have to. But anyway, the guy on the internet that really hates me now, he says that again, he used the word charlatan too, which I love that word. That's a good word. Charlatan. Charlatan is a great word. But he says, I only sell things that are available for free on the internet. That's sort of true. Nothing I have is proprietary at this point. You can buy codes to watch to watch VWAP. The 1 minute VWAP stands on every platform. But what you can't buy, friend, is me. Even though some people thought they owned me for life. What you can't buy, friend, is me. I know a lot about the market that other people don't know. But I'm just a coach, man. I'm just here to make sure you do the right things, like not getting out of your entire position at one price and not buying options on a Friday and holding them over the weekend. But my supposed meteor as a trader is incredulously apocalyptic and dubious. I stink, right? I'm not the guy that says I'm doing 50 grand days. Those days are a thing of the past. I've taken some bad beats, my friend. That's for shit sure. I'm due for a big payday on the upside. But right now, it's not about me. It's about being long the cues, understanding why you're long the cues right now and where they're going. That's what it's about. Scanners, freaking scanners. It's not about scanners. That's for shit sure. By the way, anybody miss Scan Man? I got Scan Man here. I broke my computer. Where's that feedback coming from? Scan Man. I am Scan Man. No, and by the way, to my one hater out there, and I know your name and I know where you live. You know what I do? I let people come onto my website for free. See, this is how you avoid scams. You do it the way I do it. Nobody else does it my way because no one else is brave enough to do it. It's free. You see, friend, it's free. You can come to my website for 2 weeks, see if I'm full of shit, and like, wow, these guys suck. I came to their website. And by the way, if you show up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and we're talking about movies, and then you leave, that's a misinformed criticism. If you actually spend eight, we're here for 8 hours a day. You listen to me talk and listen to my buddy Solid talk, and you hear what goes on in this chat room, and you see our buddy Leon and see what we do. If you actually do spend 2 weeks with us, and right now I'm giving out actually more than that away for nothing because I'm just happy to be alive right now. It's fraud proof. It's charlatan proof. That's why I do it this way. If you come to the website and you spend 2 weeks here or 3 weeks or let alone a month, you're pretty much getting a feel for what we do. And then you say to yourself, oh, okay, I get it. It is worth X amount of dollars for X amount of time. And that's it. And that's all we sell. I'm not selling scanners, you maniac. I'm the guy that rallies against the scanner guy. What we do is it's a live investment club. That's what it is. And I'm just the cult. I'm just your emperor of the cult, or whatever you want to call me. I'm just the head knucklehead in charge. But I know more about the market than most people, the mechanics of the market. And I guide you and I nudge you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. If you don't want to buy the cues right now, that's your business. There's reasons to be long the cues now.
But you just said the market was so weak.
I know. That was like 45 minutes ago, right? And then it turns, right? And then you go from long to short to long. Once you learn the mechanics of the market, every trade, or Jimmy's out there. Jimmy, did you hear me mention I was shorting UVXY? Jimmy, you just made your money back from Yes. The guy's still in the same trade from 8 years ago. He still blames me. Jimmy, I sold it. And I told you I was selling it. What more can I do? Oh, this stim trade sucks, Kenny. I'm down 1 penny on it. I thought you said the market never goes down. Seems to be going down today. That's what this guy used to do. There was that other guy that died. He actually did die. He actually sent me an email once. He's like, I won't be bothering you much on the internet. I have terminal cancer. And I guess he's dead now, which is it's kind of sad but kind of funny in a way. But so he would take highlights of my video and he'd say, look, he said the market never goes down right there. And now it's down today. And he would actually make that that would be his argument about how bad of a trader I was. I'm like, oh my God, dude, if you're hanging on every word I say, I'm going to be wrong 95% of the time. It's not about what I think or what I say. It's about what's doing, right? Because I got 17,000 shares of UVXY right now, Jimmy, from 1740. I'm having a lovely day. Lovely day. Lovely day. Lovely day. Lovely day. Right? Jimmy, right? Got the Q's long and UVXY short. 2 hours ago, you'd be thinking, what the hell are you doing? Shorting UVXY and buying the Q's. But now it's 2 hours later, Jimmy. You see how trading works when you're a trader, not a delusional paper trading psychopath that thinks they're making money?
Oh, I had a gut feeling about this trade. It's not working. I better get out all bid one price.
Think of me as your drill sergeant, right? I'll set you on the path of righteousness. I'll give you the ammunition. I'll show you how to shoot the gun, and then go out there. Get out there. Shoot your own guns. Claim your own stake. Forge your own metal. Create your own faction. Right? Because if you're not long the cues, because 3 hours ago we said it was a great short, you're missing the boat and the point, and you're going to lose money as a trader. This whole morning, right? What was I saying, really? I was saying, wow, I'm kind of surprised the market's going down. We'll just wait for UVXY to start selling off, and then we'll buy the Qs. Here we are. God damn it, Trump! We finally found something that you can do! Get the fuck down off of my obstacle! 2 separate movies, but yeah. Speaking of that, where the hell's my bullhorn? Get the fuck down off of my
obstacle.
Oh, but Kenny, they didn't hit the exact price you said they were going to go to. Oh, didn't they? Oh, didn't they? Oh, Kenny, you're so savvy. I don't understand. How could you be short and then go long? I'm not understanding.
You press the button, friend. You press the other button, and then you press the other button. Now you're kicking ass. You know what? If you did short a shit ton of UVXY, I don't mind if you cover some right here. That's right. 1009. Cover. If you're short from 1039, that's a 30-cent profit on 3,000 shares. That's $900, Holmes. Now you can't leave. Exactly. Now what do you do with the cues? Now you sell a good 30 or 40%, and you say, thanks. I'm so glad I listened to you. Go cues. And now you put a stop at the pivot point, 383. Now you don't let it go down there anymore, right? Remember the rules I taught you on Saturday? Once you make money, you raise stops. So maybe you raise it to there, 383.79. What the high mark right there? 383.78. Bang. And maybe you put a stop right there at the pivot point. What price is that? The pivot of there is probably the whole number, right? 384.02. And the tighter you put your stops, the more likely you'll get stopped out. But that's good because you're locking into a profit. Now, use Scantly. Their faces turned white. They had a reputation about breaking up bars. Today, they walked into the wrong bar. Love that scene. So now you're long the cues until you get stopped. Now you're locked in, right? You're locked in. You're looking for 385. You're looking for 385. You're looking for 385.13 to be exact. You break through the VWAP, you're looking for 385.13 next. Or you get stopped out. Look at it. Or you don't. Or you do. Or you don't. What's up? Or you do. Or you don't. Or you're in path. Or you do, or you don't. Or maybe you bought the $25 calls in path because you're just sitting here. Or you did, or you didn't. Or maybe you're still scared.
Kenny, the stim trade, I put my life savings into it.
Oh, you went all in on a just don't do the wrong things, people. Just don't do the wrong things. The right thing right now, the wrong thing is if you're still short the cues. The wrong thing is if you're not watching my path stock like a hawk. The wrong thing is if you're giving up on this alt trade. The wrong thing is you're not still short UVXY. That's wrong. I think I'm having small pretzels. What the hell was that? Now you're freaking kicking ass on the cues. There you go. I know somebody's listens to me. By the way, I gotta get to that email about the shoes. Speaking of shoes. By the way, path I am still rooting against you because I don't know enough of it. I don't want it to go up right here, but it's gonna go up. Because it only works when I don't have a lot of it. Yeah. Oh, God damn you, Path. See, that's the trade that I'm embarrassed about because I'm a loser. It got down to 23.50. 23.50 was the price I wanted to buy. Did I buy it at 23.50? No. I wound up buying it at 24.10. And I should be loaded the fuck up on this stock. I haven't liked a chart this much since Carvana at 7.50. And what am I doing? I'm buying little small lots because I'm piecing my way in because I want to maybe swing it. If I just would have loaded up like a day trader should have been doing, load up at 23.50, sell into the move, and now I should be down to the last lot laughing about it. But no. But here it goes, people. We are green on the path, people. You said it wouldn't happen. Big size on the offer, too. 25s are trading. Qs, new highs. It's all right to be in awe of what I'm doing here, Jimmy. I'm the best at what I do. And what do? I supply the info. I'm a carnival barker of awesome information. That's what I do. And then you take what I lay out there for you and you go with it. It's not about what I'm doing. Fuck me, Jimmy. It's not about what I'm doing. You can't short 10,000 shares of UVXY, can you? So you don't care about what I'm doing. You stick with the path and the cues long and understand why the cues became along and why path is along. That's what I'm doing here. He pulls a knife. You pull a gun. He sends one of you guys to the hospital. You send one of him to the morgue. That's Chicago way. And that's how you trade VWAP. And that's how you do it, Holmes. I supply information that'll last forever. Because once you get the market mechanics down and you join our freaking merry band of pranksters, you're with us every day, and all we do is fucking find trades that work. You don't need a scanner. Scanners don't work. You get it now? There's no scanner that's popping out ideas. All the scanners do is scan for setups. You still have to do the trade. You still have to set the stops. There's no magic scanner. Oh, this one's definitely going to work. Oh, scanner said, well, buy it here. No. If that existed, I'd own it. It doesn't exist. It's about learning the mechanics of the market. Exactly. Untouchables. By the way, this stupid alt, right, would have been a much better choice than STIM, right? I mean, I'm debating that. That was my debate. I was like, all right, they both kind of look like they're hanging in there. I go with the loser, and the winner has already gone from 420 to 520, and I'm sitting here with a 6-cent profit. Not even a 6-cent profit, or a 0.8 of a profit. Suck. But it's only one trade, Jimmy. You're not going to make or break in your career or your on one trade. If you don't know who the Jimmy story is, I never got around to telling you some of the Fazoon stories, but Jimmy was a guy that I told him to buy a stock at 17 foot. I didn't tell him to buy anything. I was buying it because it was an IPO. Yes. And I explained to him it was a blue sky breakout. Blue sky breakouts on IPOs, 1750 gets you 20. If we get through 20, we usually get 20 through 50. If it breaks 20 through 50, we generally get 25. If it breaks 25, we generally get 27.50. And me and Jimmy were the bestest of friends. Me and Jimmy were laughing it up, yucking it around. Ooh, Jimmy loved the Yex trade. Man, we were in the $15 calls, banging them out from $1.50 at the fours. We rolled into the $20 calls. We held the stock. Woo! Me and Jimmy were pals. And then the stock got a blow off top at around 27 and change. And I told Jimmy and I told the chat room, I was like, ooh, I don't like that. I just bought $30 calls at $1.50 that are immediately getting crushed at 75 cents because of that blow off top. I'm going to take this hit, Jimmy. The stock is going to blow off top. This thing could be right back down to 20 in the next couple of days. And Jimmy says, but you said it was going to go to $50. I know what I said, Jimmy, and everything was looking good when it broke 17.50 and 20 and 22.50 and 25. But now something's changed because we have a blow off top, and this thing could be easily going back to 20. But you said it was going to 50. I know what I said, Jimmy. But now things have changed. See, that's how good traders do it. When something changes, you change with it. You bend to the will of the market and the stock that you're trading. But you said it was going to 50. I know what I said, Jimmy. I'm the one who said it. Well, I'm going to hang in there with the stock because you said it was going to go to 50. But Jimmy, I'm telling you now, it's going to go to 0. And all Jimmy heard was it's going to 50. Even though the guy that said it was going to 50 is now saying it's going to 0, Jimmy didn't care. Jimmy didn't care. Jimmy was bent. Jimmy didn't care. The guy that told him it was going to 50 is now telling him it's going to 0, but all he heard was it's going to 50. Nope. You said it was going to 50. That has to be the end of the story. And Jimmy didn't want to hear it. I'm saying, Jimmy, this is where you and I will have to part as friends because you're a delusional psychopath. The guy that told you that it was going to 50 is now telling you it's going to 0, and you're deciding to tell the guy that told you to get in the first place, you're telling me to fuck off. And now, years from now, when the stock's at 0, and you're going to blame me, just remember this moment, Jimmy. And Jimmy's still out there blaming me for this Yex trade 13 years later. Because delusional, sociopathic, narcissistic scumbags like this last Bazoon we had don't ever get it. They don't get it because delusion and sociopathic people don't get it. But if you do get it, you're long the queues with me and Susanna, and you're kicking ass, and you don't give a shit about the fucking Yex trade, Jimmy! Woo! It was 13 years ago, Jimmy. Live in the moment. We're in the queues long, making that money back today, Jimmy. We're short UVXY at 1039, Jimmy. Woo! Woo! Jimmy! Look where the queues are now, Jimmy.
Oh, but Kenny, that stim trade ain't really working out.
You're still talking about the stim trade? We've been long the queues for the last hour and a half, crushing the UVXY, and you're still talking about the stim trade? Are you out of your fucking mind? Jimmy! We just had the sickest day ever.
But I thought you said the market was going down today, Kenny. Kenny, I thought you said we were shorting the queues and buying UVXY.
We were, Jimmy. We were. And now we're on the other side of that trade, crushing morons like you in your delusional paper trading account. And if you're not long, if you're still short the queues right now, get up from your desk, get up from your chair, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm a loser. I'm a delusional, psychopathic loser. If you're still short the queues right now, you're out of your fucking mind. How about that? Is that as clear as that can be? We've been buying the queues off the ass crack rate. And then when somebody, is it too late? Is it too late? They just turned. It's not too late because that's when the reversion to the VWAP happens, Jimmy. And by the way, guy that says that I only sell things, you see, this is the moment. You can't get this for free. I'm on the right side of the market, coming and going. Charlatan. This is what I do every day. If you sit here and you watch us trade, me, Sleon, the crew I got, Clot Shot's been kicking ass, Susanna's kicking ass. If you follow Joe Lab's been kicking ass, people are having 20, 30, 50 grand days. You just stay with the program. You understand you're a slave to the market. We trade price. We bend to the will of the market. You understand, and I teach you how to read the tea leaves of what the market is telling you. And what did the market tell you? UVXY started to go down, and then the market started to go up. Do something. Do something about it.
But you didn't say buy the queues.
Didn't I, Jimmy? Didn't I? Because all Jimmy knows is that he bought Stim at 204 and he's down 2 cents on it. That's all Jimmy knows. Jimmy, you know there's been like 18 other trades other than the Stim trade today? You know we've traded half 3 times already? Carvana once, Q's long, UVXY short. Yeah. Alt long, right? Now, am I in all those other trades? No. And that used to be another critique of what I do here. Well, if you're not in the stock, I mean, if you don't have skin in the game, then skin in the game, the track record. Who cares? Are these trades working or not? Right? Who cares what I'm doing? Track record. You don't want me in your stock. Look how good Pat's doing since I sold out of it, right? You want to watch the Qs go up 8 more points? I'll sell them right here. They'll go up 8 points. You don't want me in your trade. I have the worst luck there is. Probably has something to do with, I find every sociopathic, psychopathic, lunatic fuckhead. By the way, I read the email again. It's almost to the comedy. I got over the depression of it all. Now it's back to being comedy. I got to read you this email of the last psychopath that was working for me, or not even working for me. She didn't make it past day 1. She didn't make it 2 hours in. It was over. I mean, it's so sick. Like, one guy never even made it. He was so delusional that he just kept telling me about his paper trading account. I'm like, that's the 90th time you've mentioned your paper trading account. You know what? This ain't going to work out. Sorry, you got to go. He didn't even get a chance. But this psychopath, the best is that,
well, you never really told me exactly what you wanted from me.
Okay, so why you put trades in the account? And every trade you did, you got out of every single trade all at one price. But the best is when she wrote, and I really did well on this trade, but I was in the store when I should have sold it. But so that means you didn't do well. You had a full 100% loss, you fucking psychopath. And she's writing,
oh, and I also was up 43 grand in my paper trading account that afternoon.
Oh my God.
Were you?
How about that Carvana option you left in my account over the weekend on an options trade? It's amazing.
I'm not too sure exactly what you wanted of me, but I had a gut feeling of this on this Coinbase trade.
Oh, you're trading my account with gut feelings? Oh, where do I sign up for your service, gut feeling wizard? You fucking demented sociopath. And then she condescends me. Like I did something wrong. Amazing. Sociopaths never take the blame for their own actions. Not even an apology. Just an insult. It's incredible. And if I wasn't batshit insane already, I mean, it's been a month. It's almost a month and a week since the incident. And it's still fresh and raw. Because it's so fucked up what they did. By the way, if you are short UVXY, I give you permission. You can cover some here. It's a nice 30 cents. Free money. Take some of the money. I wouldn't cover it all. Just put a stop at 10 1/4. I'm surprised it even got over 10 1/4 because that was 2 weeks. That was last week's high. And there's the UVXY dying as it always does. Always. Always and forever. Somewhere the Pazoon's like buying, she's probably buying UVXY.
What? Did you mention something? Well, I love UVXY. I heard you mention it always goes up.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. It always goes up. Yes, short buy UVXY at any price. Exactly what I said. But one of these days when I get around to it, I want to show you the trades that she did and then the corresponding excuse on the email. It's just thank God it's got to the point where I'm like over it being depressing. It's hilarious now, but it's sad and demented, and sociopath is the only word. Because if this is the way you think, you must be a sociopath. It's beyond narcissism. To then spit in my face after what I did for you with an outstretched arm, what I did to you, what I did for you.
Yes, he's very friendly. I'm sure he'll come visit.
That's a Jewish thing, by the way. With an outstretched arm, where's my Hebrews? There will be no shushing. Oh, this woman's gonna love me. Well, it should be downstairs most of the time. All right. We have now hit what we call the salinization point.
What? I didn't know there was going to be chemistry involved.
Shut up. You see how we got to the last breakdown area, and you see how we're battling right here. This is called the jiggle or the shuffle, right? Above the VWAP, you've already made money. You should be selling here too. That's why you're jiggling and shuffling around. So the jiggle and the shuffle now forms a new range. You break above this range, we're going higher. You break down, maybe you cut off some more of what you got, but you scatter your stops. Now your tight stop is to 380. Yeah, I mean that's really tight. 384.98, and then the bottom of that last pullback is the VWAP. That's the end of the trade now. And if anybody's short UBXY and you're losing money on it, like I said, I will take half your loss. Just send me your trade. It's called an ACAT. You can ACAT your trade to me. I'll eat half the loss. You pay me to take it off your hands, and I'll just make money on it. Because you can't lose money shorting UBXY. You can't. But Kenny, I shorted it the other day, and it ripped up in my face, and I took a loss. Did you? Well, you did it wrong. Oh, you're so mean. Am I? Just because I'm the only one that's honest? How do I find these people? I'm the Howard Stern of finance. That's why. At least Stern, the beauty of Stern is he surrounded himself with a bunch of lunatics and psychopaths, right? But he made a career out of it. I'm surrounded by lunatics and psychopaths, but I always am a victim to them because I'm such a nice, caring guy. And then she writes at the end of the email, maybe you're not the man that I thought you were. Maybe I'm exactly who you thought I was. Maybe you're not the man I thought you were. I'm exactly who you thought I was. No, if I'm ever going to do it again, the thing is, she wasn't supposed to be placing trades. The idea was there's no one ever going to do this again without putting up at least $3,000. And that's all I need. You put up $3,000, I put on the other 50. So then there's $53,000 in the account. The $3,000 is the psychopathic, mentally challenged buffer zone. That's all I need. Because if you lose $3,000, that's a tremendous amount of money. The way that we trade, because every trade we put on is very limited risk. To lose $3,000, it's a stupid amount of money using the parameters and the style that I trade. So you put up the $3,000, I'll train you, blah blah blah. I'm still willing to do it, but now you're gonna have to be in. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna interview you live in front of the mob. And then the mob will rule if we excommunicate you from the empire. Because I still have this dream. So while I'm trading path, you're buying the fucking $24 calls. That's all I want you to do. Follow my lead. Oh, Ken's buying path at 23.85. All right, cool. That means I should buy 5 or 10 contracts of the 24 near the money at the nearest expiration. You know what to do. It's not a question. I'm not here to fund your dumb ideas on Coinbase.
Oh, well, I traded well in it. I trade Coinbase really well in my paper trading account.
Do you? Do you? Wow. That's awesome. By the way, path is green. You mother fudgers.
How'd you know it was going to go green today? Why do you like the stock so much?
Just shut up and buy it. Because I know more than everybody. That's how. right? I might not be the best trader, certainly not monetarily. I'm a fart in the wind, but I know more about this shit because of how much I've sucked over the last 30 years. That's why I'm the best at what I do here. This is what I do. This is what I do. I spoon feed you the info, and then you gotta go do it yourself. How many times can I explain how well this setup works? Do it. You got a stock that you were loving last Friday at 25, and then it gives you an opportunity to get back in at 23.50, solidifying everything I taught you on Saturday. Dips on stocks you like are being bought. You don't need to hold overnight because you'll get a chance the next day to probably buy that stock even where you want to buy it. And here it is. Everything I talked about on Friday and Saturday right here on Path, right? And now it's a couple of days worth of pay. You bought those $24 calls, 23.50s even, 24s over 24.50s, or the 25s now. And you're still long the queues, right? Because you haven't got stopped out. And you're still in the path because you haven't got stopped out, right? I put a tight stop, then I accidentally sold it, and I exactly what I told you to buy more when I accidentally. See, what I do is I put my stop on, right? And I set limit instead of stop. And as soon as I let go of the button, I got done. Made a mistake. I still do that stupid shit too. Because I'm too busy yapping. Trying to trade while I'm yapping is freaking impossible. That's why I'm looking for one freaking person that could help me. But no, I find every sociopath, psycho, lunatic, paper trading, delusional fuckhead. Yeah, I'm still doing this because I'm having a great old time. I'm getting more coffee. Woo! How about those Qs? How about those Jets, baby? Jimmy, the Qs, Jimmy! The Qs, Jimmy! Now let's see if you guys bought the right. So when I'm saying to buy the Qs, right? UVXY starts tanking. I'm like, all right, now we can sniff around buying the Qs. What did you buy? I know one person bought the TQQ. That was the guy that said that, bang, right? So if you would options only, right? What are you buying? Well, 387s is you're out of your mind if you bought the 387s. You're supposed to buy 383 50s, 384s, 385s tops. 387s is nuts. But that's a lotto play. If you put it on at the right time, even the 387 is probably making you some money. But you want to go at the money as a day trader, go get those closest to the money. So it's 383s, 384s, 385s at most. So let's see, 387s for today, a little bit far out there. But if you bought them at 4 cents, you're only at 200%. Look, if you bought them at the right price, if you bought them on that turn, you bought them at 6 or 7, they're at 13. That's real money. You bought yourself 100 options, you got yourself a double. That's awesome. I'd rather see you because you needed a 3-point move for that to happen. What if the Qs would have only gone up $1 or $1.50? You want to buy in the money options when they're breaking VWAP to ensure yourself you're going to pay something. So I'd rather see you pay 68 cents for these, and you're still up 100%, over 100%. But what if they really would have went to the multi-day? Here you would have been buying them at 63, 64, and you would at least make 20 cents. Something. You want to ensure yourself you're going to make something on this trade. Don't let a big move. So you needed a big, big move. Are you bought tomorrow's 387? That's not crazy either, but you got to be selling up here. You got half the move you were expecting. Hit half the move. You got over the VWAP. You got up to resistance, right? You're looking for a retrace now. Double top was 386.31. So now that you're up money again, now these tops down here mean nothing. You're getting rid of this one. You're getting rid of this one. And you're getting rid of this one. That doesn't even exist anymore. You hear what I'm doing here, Jimmy? See, now we're altering the stop. This is how you stay liquid, Jimmy. We're not going to let the Qs roll over and die, right? So now we raise our stop. VWAP, the last place we're going to be. That's our last stop. Now the pivot points are our new stops. You get it, Jimmy? So when the market rolls over, like that, when I say when, I don't know if it's going to roll over, but when they roll over, we'll get stopped out on the way down. And then you walk away from the casino table. See, now you say to yourself, oh, well, are they really going to go to 387? Maybe. Maybe. So you hold on. Because now you're thinking, hey, maybe they do go to 386.20 and 387.09. You got to factor that in. But you say to yourself, well, I'm not going to get greedy. We just had a monster move. I'm going to put my stops, conservative stops right here. Let's get rid of that. We don't need to be that conservative. Your first conservative stop is the bottom of that candle. So that's the 385.13. That's it. 385.13. 385.13. The little pullback there, that's the 385. Yeah, 384.97 and 384.60. And now if you want to go to the store, oh, your dog's got worms. You want to take a phone call. You want to shut the computer. I don't know what was expected of me. How long do I have to stay in the position until it stops you out? Because you have orders in. Yeah, I'm done. I'm out of Qs. I'm out of everything. All I have right now is Rambus long, Palantir long, ARM long, and I'm short 265,000 shares of UVXY. And that's underestimating how many shares I have short of it now. My entire portfolio is basically short UVXY right now. 90% of my net worth is short UVXY. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm all in. I'm crushing this piece of shit thing. Anytime it moves up, I'm slamming it. It's free money. So Q's great. I'm glad. Boom. I'm all about crushing GVXY. And owning path. Yeah, it's Jerky Boys kind of. I've been called. I do Jerky Boys investor relations. Jerky Boys. I call companies and do my due diligence as that guy. A firm, yeah. Stock has been phenomenal. And by the way, you see that little pullback on the Qs? What'd you do? Nothing. Nothing. You know why you didn't do anything? Because they're not doing anything. So you stay with the Qs long right now until you're forced out of it. Look where Carvana is right now, right? You understand what we went over Saturday? You could pick 3 stocks, trade them three times a day, and you could be on both sides. Carvana was a long, long, short, 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 not a great long. Same thing with the Qs. For all we know, is the Qs can turn into a really good short again. Who knows? Maybe. Here, for instance, maybe now, like let's say you wanted to short it, you could use that. You could use that peak as an out. So let's say you think the market's about to roll over and die, go for it, right? If you're shorting right now, you have a very limited risk. You're going to cover if it breaks that high, and that's it. Because the longs are going to get stopped out here and here, and you might roll over, retrace the VWAP. No matter what you're looking at, there's always a trade. As long as you set it up where the risk reward is, again, risk reward, it's in your favor as a shorter now because the most you're risking is a quarter. If you're wrong, you quickly get out. But if you're right, you might have a retrace for about $1.50. I'm not doing it. I'd rather just wait to get stopped out of the long trade. And that's about it, right? Want to call it a day, right? I do. But if you're long the Qs right now, you still should be long the Qs. That's where we're at right now. Carvana long, Path long, and STIB long, which is now long-term investing. It's 3 hours now since we bought the stock. And by the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, STIM. It's a banger. It's a banger. Thing's been sitting in a 9-cent range for 3 hours. Woo! But if something's been in a 3-cent range or an 8-cent range for 3 hours and it hasn't stopped you out, you should still be in it because that's how you trade. You don't trade because you're scared. You don't get out of all at one price. You trade price. And then every day is the same day over and over and over again. And they ravaged her again and again. I don't want to say this out loud, but I actually kind of mean it. Alibaba again. The stock under 80 tends to find some buyers. You just broke over consolidation. Not a huge fan, especially trading at 12.25 in the afternoon. But take a look at Alibaba for a second. You know what? It's a limited risk trade. Do I want to taint my day by buying this stock? You know what? I don't. I was just about to leave. See what I did there? Jimmy, see what I did there? I took myself out of it because I don't need to put this trade on because I'm hungry. I want to go eat. And I know I'm going to be distracted. You don't put trades on when you know you're going to be distracted. But keep an eye on this thing. It just broke out. It's a piece of garbage. Also, I love Alibaba because it proves that fundamental analysis doesn't work. And I'll be right back. And if you traded Carvana again on the long side, you're a professional trader, and you're still long the cues, right? I don't mind if you're buying out. The reason I like the stock right here is because you're risking a dime. You're risking 12 cents. $75 stock would only risk 12 cents. Sometimes you just put those trades on because you can. You're wrong, you quickly get out. Not a fan of Alibaba or any Chinese stock, but the market's turning, right? Here's the cues. You're still long the cues, right? Because it never got to the stop price. You're still long the cues. You see how you stay in trades? As long as you don't sell it all at one price, you psychopath, you delusional lunatic. So, yeah. Also, about being distracted, like I trade distracted. That's why I stink as a trader now. But if you know you got to go somewhere, like if you know you're leaving the house at 1 o'clock, my wife's got shit for me to do, right? I won't even bother putting on a trade, even with stops up and offers out. If I know I'm going to be distracted, I don't trade. If I know I got to go somewhere, I don't put trades on. Because then you're forcing the trade you have to make it work due to your convenience. It doesn't work like that. Trade stocks do what they want to do. They don't care if you're in it or out of it, or if your wife's got you going to get some pork loin because you forgot to get it yesterday. Doesn't care. So you don't do it. Follow the rules. You'll come out ahead. You slip even once. Every time I slip, I get punched in the face. Every time I slip, I get short the cues prematurely and I get crushed. Every time I slip, I trade stocks like whatever that fucking stock was. Enery. Where is it now? What was it? HNRA? Yeah. Now I'd be down to $6,000 if I didn't take that, $2,000 hit that day. But you got to suck it up. You make a mistake. Think about being wrong. It's very simple. It's okay to be wrong. Just don't stay wrong. Like Carvana. So if you were shorting Carvana, right, Jimmy? You heard me say how Carvana was a good short. And it was. And it worked. Then it faux show broke, ass crack, VWAP broke. There's no way in hell any human being that has ever learned anything from me is still short Carvana right now. Not only have you covered, but you flipped it over and you saw an ass crack, faux show bro, ass crack, VWAP break. You're buying Carvana at $39.50, laughing your ass off because how savvy you are. And you say to yourself, man, I can't believe I was even short this stock once and twice today. Yeah, because you're good. You're the best. He's the best. And you too can do this also. Just hang out with me and I'll show you how to do it over an extended period of time because I know what I'm talking about. It's not about whether I can find a stock pick. The guy that bought Rambus last week's hating on me now. I thought you said it was going to 120. It is. It might be. It could go to zero. If you finally bought it at 70 after I've been talking about it for over 2 years, you're a little late. Guy that bought Rambus last week ain't feeling too good about it. Top picking it at 70. Now you got a 7-point pullback. He's probably dumping it, right? The late money always sells first. That's why you got a little nervousness in the market right now. People just bought into the market. They're nervous. So the pullbacks can be vicious. And then when the pullbacks don't amount to anything, like today, the buyers come back. The shorts say, oh no, I can't believe we got caught short again. The longs that just sold said, oh no, the market's leaving without us. And that's why we really realistically can't get much follow through to the downside. Today was basically all you might get. You might not get, and again, this is stupid, but you might not get another sell-off on the Qs as extreme as it was this morning for the rest of the year. That could have been it. That might have just got whoever wanted to sell just got out, and the shorts who wanted to short made some money. You might not have another down deal all year. Who knows? But you've got to understand, UVXY just went up almost 70 cents, and now it's only up 9 cents. The sellers are gone. They're gone. You've been duped again. We're never going down, ever. Short UVXY for a living. Bet against the Jets. Short the UVXY. Keep your kids out of college. I just saved you 80 grand a year. You're about to send your kid to Syracuse? Call me instead. You bet against the Jets. You short UVXY. You don't have to go to college. There's your college degree. Q's new highs. That's why you don't get out of all at one price. See what you're doing? See how you never get out of one price? You sociopathic lunatic.
Oh, but I had to go to the store.
Did you? Wow. Go to the store on your own dime. I don't know what's expected of me, so I'm just going to throw 23 trades into your account and hope for the best. Oh, yeah, that's a good plan. Hey, Stim! Stimmy's up. Come on, Stimmy. We're back in the green, baby. How about that UVXY? The answer is no. Don't cover any more of it. You might as well wait till it goes to zero. Now, who was that? No, Steiny. Oh, what was that? I think I just ate a piece of cardboard. Ew. Yeah, that definitely wasn't food. Steiny. He was what was Steiny? That was Little Rascals, right? Steiny? Wasn't that little fat kid? Yeah, I found these instant oatmeal ones. They're blueberry walnut. Not bad. Spank, but Spanky had a friend. Oh, Spanky was the fat kid, right? But who's Steiny? There was another kid, Steiny. I'm telling you, there was a guy named Steiny. Stimy. Steiny. Oh, yeah, there he is. Steiny, the Little Rascals. Yeah, Steiny. That was Buckwheat's cousin. There you go, Steiny. Stymie. His last name. He had a last name. Steiny Beard. Really? Matthew Beard Jr. was an American actor. As a child actor, he was most famous for playing Steiny in the Our Gang short comedy films of 1930. Steiny. Buckwheat's cousin. It's a deep cut. There you go. I knew I wasn't crazy, but I am crazy. Uh-oh, Steiny! Look out! We got 2 and an 8 on the bid again. Look out! 2 and an 8. Long-term investing, baby. I'm up $100 on this trade now. Look out! Bring it. Now I ain't selling it, but it was. I wait 3.5 hours. I want to make at least $200 on this trade. Be nice. Come on, Stein. We need 221 any second now. We might have to wait another 4.5 hours for it. What was the teacher's name? What was the teacher's name? The beautiful blonde teacher that Alfalfa was in love with. He was also in love with Darla, right? Miss Crabtree. Yes. Yes, Miss Crabtree. Uh-oh. I must have done a trade. What'd I do? Oh, covered some Qs on UVXY. All right. The He-Man's here? Yes, yes, yes. Except I didn't agree with that philosophy. I liked all the girls, even at a young age. I never was a girl hater. Miss Crabtree. Played by who played Miss Crabtree? He said the show is so racist he never wanted to be seen again. Is that a real story? Because you never see the Little Rascals on TV anymore, anywhere. And also, you never see Woody Woodpecker anymore either. Because Walter Lantz, something he didn't want to sell the licensing. I love Woody Woodpecker. Yo, Albert, you like school on Sunday? No thanks. Uh-oh. Steiny, new eyes. Come on, baby. You know what? If it hits 243, I'll sell. Come on. One time, baby. One time. 243. Put the offer out there. Manifest it. I like how the kids are all using that word manifest now. It's popular amongst the children. 243, sell. All right, my order's out there. This is gross. I think this was an old one. All right, well, if you're still long the queues and you really want to get tight about it, you just tested the little break right there. It's basically right underneath the half. Stretch it out, way out. Actually right above the half. So if you're dying to end this trade, 385.55. All right? Namaste. Come find me in the chat room. I'm here all day. By the way, Saturday's session was awesome. Hope you guys made it. If you didn't make it, I might do one more even before the year's up because I'm just feeling, generous. Plus, I didn't get around to showing you all the wonderful trades that the last sociopathic, narcissistic psychopath. That's a lot of redundancies right there. But yeah, sociopath is the word for it. Because if you're a narcissist, you're right there. And by the way, if you're watching this video, do you pick dogs? Do you have an animal that you like? Because the way you treat animals is usually a good test of character. But it always reminds me that Precious and the psychopath from, Silence of the Lambs loved dogs too, and he was wearing people's skin. So, but I think I'm just going to stick with if you mention paper trading, more than 2 times in a conversation, you're delusional.
But I'm doing so well in my paper trading account. I must know what I'm doing. She actually wrote that.
I'm so proud of myself, she wrote.
Are you?
How about you? How about you actually really make yourself proud as a human being and send me the money that you lost in the account and have some respect for yourself? I'll read it. Yeah, I'll read it. We got to have a few drinks before we read it again. I forgot that she mentioned the 43,000 that she was up in her paper trading account in the email. But the best was the closing remark. Maybe you're not the man that I thought you were. Oh, I'm more than the man that you thought that I was. I'm the only honest person you probably ever met. That might not. No one's ever told you that you might be a psychopath, delusional sociopath. If I'm the first one, whoever you know, are just embarrassed to tell you to your face. All right, Raging Bullets, you know where to find me, homies. All right. We have no. I don't do videos or anything, but I did record my session from Saturday. But if you need implementation of charts, people on my website work for tips. Viper helps people set up platforms, as well as Solid Jello. He does a lot more than that. He'll set your platform up and teach you a whole nother way to look at VWAP. But yeah, we do it all. Join the club. Join the club for the next year or two, and you'll see what we do. All right. I'll see you when I see you. Later, later, YouTubers. Nice hanging out with you. Hopefully, you make some money. Still got the stim, still in the path. Never selling the path completely. This is now my new favorite stock.
Oh, the kitty pulled back 20 cents. Did it?
All right. Remember, try to be true to yourself. Have some respect. Right? That's all I ask. And I'm talking to you specifically, my sociopathic friend that might watch this video. Have a little respect for yourself. Have a little respect for me. I was about to let you have an opportunity that you should have been ultra cautious. You should have been saying, "Oh, okay, I don't understand exactly what Kenny wants, even though I've been in this chat room with him for 2 years and he pretty much says it every day." But in your email, you said you didn't know exactly what was expected of you. So then the next logical question to not a non-sociopath, right, would be, so then why did you place trades? If you didn't know what was expected of you, if you said there was a lack of communication, if you didn't know exactly what to do, why did you place 22 trades in my account? And then, as if to say, just in case Kenny doesn't realize I'm actually trying to fuck him and lose his money, you held an option trade in my account that you bought on a Friday for the next week. It's rule number 3 of what not to do. And you basically did, if there was 18 things what not to do, you did 16 of them. And the only 2 things that you didn't do was buy an IPO because there were no IPOs that day. And you didn't trade gold futures. I appreciate it. You didn't trade gold futures. But this psychopath, delusional fucktard basically did everything there is possible to do. And then the email brings it all home as she tries to explain all the stupid things that she did. No apologies, of course, only condemning me and condescending me and insulting me and spitting in my face that I gave you this opportunity, which again, it wasn't an opportunity for you to just start slapping buttons. You were supposed to wait for me to tell you what to do. So yeah. And her name I think you all know who I'm talking about at this point, right? Come on, let me know at this point. That's what's so bewildering about it. Yeah. All right. You have a nice day now. I'm not leaving it a bit. I'm just leaving YouTube. But listen, I am willing still because I am this good and this caring and still just and a fair leader. I'm still willing to give somebody a shot, but you got to come up with something. You got to give me at least $3 grand. Let's call it the sociopathic buffer zone. Because if you're going to start slapping buttons in my account before I get to tackle you, there's got to be your money. And we didn't even get to that point because I wasn't going to let her go free. But I have access to the account. Let me just hit buttons. Let me just start hitting buttons. The best. The best. All right. All right, then. I'll see you guys later. Be careful. Days in hand. Don't blow it, right? A lot of good trades today. I'll see you guys later. No,